Hello, this is Jackpot here. In this short video, you will learn exactly how to scalp using the super trend indicator combined with other indicators that we have within the Jackpot strategy. So I like to use the 50 MA, the super trend indicator, and the Bollinger Band to be able to scalp. Reason for it because it shows my charts a little bit clearer. I can add the Ichimoku cloud as well, but I don't need to. So here, when it comes to scalping, you want to trade from the smaller time frame. So anywhere from the 1 minute up to the 15-minute is a good time frame to scalp. So when it comes to scalping, you are not looking to stay in trades for a long time. You are only looking to get in the trade for no more than 30 minutes tops. And even 30 minutes is a long time to hold a scalp, but sometimes you may have to for the move to play out. So how I would use this to be able to scalp, I'll simply just go back here to show you. I would simply find the lowest point, the middle point, and the highest point of the market. And then from there, I want to sell at the highest point and buy at the lowest point. When it's in the middle, it's a little bit tricky because it's in the middle, but usually there is a breakout. What I like best about the new indicator super trend is that there's an arrow for you to sell, and that arrow brings forth a moving average, a red moving average, pushing that price down. And when it's time for you to get out, the sell and get in a buy, you could see also there's an arrow showing you price was going to buy. Although it did not buy for a long time, but it did buy. And this right here would have been a scalping opportunity to the middle Bollinger Band. So when it comes to scalping on the minute time frame, especially on gold, and I recommend scalping on gold or GBP pairs. I have gold here, NASDAQ and US 30 as a scalping example pair that you guys could use. I've been practicing with the NASDAQ as well. But gold and the GBP pairs are pretty good scalping pairs because you could get 30 to 50 pips on those real quick. And what you want to focus on is literally the distance between the top and the middle, which is about 55 pips here. And then from the middle to the bottom on the 1 minute time frame, which is another 55 pips here. And then there was another attempt right here for another 50 pips back up here. So you would have been able to make money on the way down here, then the middle, and then back down again. See that? Down to the middle. Just as an example, from here to here TP, from there to there TP, from there to there TP, and from here to here TP. Now, it doesn't happen as smooth as I just mentioned because it takes time for the move to happen. Usually you have consolidations like this, and then it goes the right direction. This is why it's important to use the Bollinger Band, because the Bollinger Band on the 1 minute, 5 minute time frame, they show you true resistance, middle, and support zone. This is a true support zone here. This is the main reason why price, when it reached there, it consolidated and did not break and go all the way long term. So in saying that, let's play the market back here to see. Well, let's bring it back a little bit further. We are playing the market forward. Notice here, when price, we had a red arrow that came up and it sold. Just like that. See, you would have made your profit here for a scalp. And it's still sell position still. Until the new arrow come up for a buy, you don't get in the buy. So you still made money on that sell, the arrow and the moving average. Now you get in the buy. You see that arrow that came up? Now you get in the buy for a scalp in the middle, heading towards the top Bollinger Band. And it takes time. But you could see the arrow with the moving average pushing price up. Look at that. Test the 50 MA, test the arrow again, push it back up towards the top Bollinger Band. Once it reached the top Bollinger Band, that was a true resistance zone, so it sold. After that, then it brought forth a new arrow. And you guys can see that arrow for a sell. And this is it happening right here, right now. That arrow for a sell stayed for a good amount of time. So therefore, you would have been able to scalp this for 50 pips before you even close your trade. And still, you wouldn't close the trade yet until now. See the arrow? Then you close your trade. Then new arrow come up for a sell. Then you get in a sell. All of this is happening in the 1 minute time frame. And notice when the arrow comes, it still does about 5 to 10 pips for you anyway. It gives you an extra 5 to 10 pips anyway. So even though if you're not expecting 50 pips, usually scalping positions are 20 to 30 pips max on a scalping position. So you could see when the arrow come up, even though it come a little later, you still get about 10 to 20 pips on that. This arrow came up, you still would have got 20 pips on this. This arrow came up, now it's going down right now as we speak. That's an extra right here. That's an extra 20 to 30 pips again. This arrow came up for buy. That was an extra 20 to 30 pips again. You can see how this works. The arrow tells you what to do, and you don't get out until you see a next arrow or until price reach the next Bollinger Band. All right. So for example, if price is buying, it comes from bottom Bollinger Band. Once it gets to a top middle Bollinger Band, that's TP area. See, now it's buying again. Arrow came up from the middle Bollinger Band. You stay in until a new arrow come up. See, an arrow came up for a sell, then you get out, you buy, you get in a sell. You still make your money back. Just like that. At least an extra 20 to 30 pips until price reach bottom Bollinger Band where you step out. Then you secure your profit. So we just seen how this work on the 1 minute time frame. Notice again, arrow came up 50 MA around middle Bollinger Band for a sell. Look, even if you are late here for this sell, here for this sell, you still made 20 to 30 pips. See how many pips that was? 45 pips on a late entry sell. See, now there's an arrow for a buy. That's mean you getting a buy. Even if there's a small retracement here like this, it doesn't matter. If the arrow is there, it's more accurate. Unless the arrow go all the way down and change to red, but there's an arrow here, so you buy. And that buy at least going to bring you to middle Bollinger Band, and that will equal to 36 pips, 34 pips. So the money is there. The pips is there for you to actually make the money. Once you go to the 3 minute time frame as well, you could scalp from there, 3 and 5 minute time frame. And this is what I was talking about before. It's easier to catch the trade if you could catch it from the 3 minute, 5 minute time frame and willing to hold a little bit longer, simply because price reach top Bollinger Band, then middle Bollinger Band, 50 MA, you get an arrow, you sell towards middle Bollinger Band. That's TP right there. Then price test middle Bollinger Band, it don't go back up there again to represent as a support, so it's a resistance zone. What you would do is you will sell again underneath the middle Bollinger Band on the 3 minute time frame to head towards bottom Bollinger Band right here, bottom Bollinger Band. And we also have an arrow, a red arrow on the 3 minute time frame as well. From what I've noticed practicing with this, the arrow is more accurate on the 5 and 3 minutes time frame. It goes much longer than if it were to be on the 1 minute time frame. Now, the 1 minute time frame gives you extra confirmation, but I recommend first when you're scalping, go ahead and look at the 5 minute time frame, see where price is at, see overall is it at a top Bollinger Band, middle Bollinger Band, or bottom Bollinger Band, because it will give you a better idea on what to do on the 3 minute time frame, 1 minute time frame, to be able to make a wise decision. So in this scenario here, because we had an early arrow on the 5 minute time frame, top Bollinger Band, I would most likely be looking for a sell. I would most likely be looking for a sell towards middle Bollinger Band from up there on a 1 minute time frame. And since there's an arrow for a buy right now in the 1 minute time frame, it just tells me that there may be a potential retracement back to where the moving average from the arrow came from. And once it reached there, if I see an arrow for a sell on the day, on the 1 minute time frame, 3 minute time frame, I'm definitely going to sell towards middle Bollinger Band, bottom Bollinger Band. From here, it could be middle Bollinger Band for a small amount of pips, about 15 to 20 pips. But longer trade for a scalp would be all the way down there for about 30 to 50 pips. And it may take longer than 30 minutes to be in this trade to catch this whole move, but you would be able to know. All right, that's a good amount of pips right there. So just know that if you get in here and you scalping all the way to bottom Bollinger Band, this is a much longer scalping position than if you were to be on a 3 minute time frame and 1 minute time frame. Because now we'll need a breakout on the 3 minute time frame, bottom Bollinger Band, before price can go to 5 minute time frame, bottom Bollinger Band. So entry for this would be anywhere around 50 MA or top middle Bollinger Band. And also notice on the 3 minute time frame, we do have an arrow. Now it gets confusing because on the minute time frame, we also have an arrow for a buy, contradicting what the 3 minutes is saying. That doesn't mean it's not going to sell. It just means that it's retracing to test the next resistance on a 3 minute time frame or 5 minute time frame before it could go. So if you're on the 1 minute time frame and looking at this and saw that price was at the bottom Bollinger Band, yes, you would have been able to get in a buy right at the bottom Bollinger Band, see the arrow come up and enter for a buy, at least making 20 to 30 pips back up here again. Anywhere from 50 pips minimum you would make. Dollar lot, that's 150.